Okay, systems of inequalities. Okay, this is your test 3.2. This is your review. Your test is Thursday. We're going to work through this and you're going to do well. Okay, on number 7, we're not going to do the first 6 on here, so we start off at number 7. We're going to do this one by making it mx plus b. So I'm going to write down 5x minus y less than negative 2. And then I'm going to make this into mx plus b format. So I'm going to move over the 5x. That's going to give me y less than negative 5x minus 2. Okay, so when I move the 5x to the right, it goes from a positive to a negative. Now then I got to get rid of the negative 1. I'm going to divide by negative 1. And that's going to flip that inequality in it, because I'm dividing by a negative. So this will turn into a positive y. This will flip to greater than, and then I'll have 5x and then plus 2. So this is my slope and this is my y-intercept. So I'm going to graph 2, and then I need to go up 5 and right 1. I'll be off the graph. So instead of going up 5, right 1, I'm going to go down 5 and left 1, put a dot, and this will be a dashed line. So I'm going to draw a dashed line through these dots. Now then, this inequality is greater than on y is up. If I go up on the y-axis, my numbers get greater. If I go down, my numbers get less. Now then, I need to change this one. So I'm going to write down x minus y less than negative 2. And on this one, I'm going to get my x-intercept and my y-intercept. So my x-intercept is going to be negative 2 divided by 1, which is negative 2. So this is going to cross the x-axis at negative 2. My y-intercept will be negative 2 divided by negative 1, which is going to be 2 in it. So it's going to cross the y-axis at positive 2. I'm sorry, whoa. This is going to be a positive 2 right here, not a negative 2. So my x-intercept will be positive 2, sorry about that, positive 2 divided by 1, which will be positive 2, which will be over here. And then my y-intercept is going to be 2 divided by negative 1, sorry about that, which will be a negative 2, which is down here in it. Now then, if I wanted to, I could get my slope, which is negative a over negative b, which is going to be negative 1 over negative 1, which is going to be 1 in it. So this is going to have a slope of 1. It's going to do this in it. And then this will be another dashed line on it. So you could get your x and y intercepts in your slope and graph it, or you could change it to mx plus b and graph it. You got to do one or the other. This line shaded up, and this y is negative. If I were to make it mx plus b, this would flip. So I'm going to flip this to greater than, because my y is negative, which means I'm going to shade this line up too. So if I shade up on both lines, it's going to be this area right here that's going to be double shaded. So all of the ordered pairs in this area would make both of those true. Okay, let's go to this one. On this one, I'm going to find my intercepts and my slope using this. Okay, so I'm going to go down here. X plus y greater than or equal to negative 1. Negative 1 divided by 1 is my x-intercept, which is going to be negative 1 in it. My y-intercept will also be negative 1 divided by 1, which will be negative 1. So my x and y intercepts are negative 1 and negative 1, and your slope would be negative 1 over 1, which is going to be negative 1 in it. And this line does go down by 1, doesn't it? This line has a slope of negative 1. And this will be a solid line. The y is positive, so we're going to shade up, aren't we? Okay, right here, let's make this mx plus b. So I'm going to take the x and move it over. Negative 3y greater than or equal to negative x minus 9. And I'm going to divide everything by negative 3. So I'm going to end up with y. This is going to flip, because my y is negative, right? If your y is negative, it flips. And then 1 over 3x, and then plus 3. So it's going to cross the y-axis at 3, and then my slope's going to be up 1 over 3, and then down 1 over 3. And it's going to be a solid line. And my inequality is less than, so I will shade down. So this line shaded up, this line shaded down, is going to be double shaded in this area, isn't it?